Get this 11 to 1 weekdays on the Triple M network.
That's right, it's Borgist.
Ooh.
Dress up as one of the Borg from Star Trek. If you know what that means, you could win a remote control helicopter.
And second prize, Tone?
I can't remember. Is
A
there?
smaller remote control helicopter. Hey. All right, then. Hello there, Les.
What's Les done?
Les
Let's have a look. Got to put this up on the website.
Les has got a piece of string and put a magnet on it and then tied it around his head.
That's pretty good.
In the running, my friend.
He's very Borgy.
Someone's put a bit of cask wine over their dog's head, which is both dangerous and Borgish. So congratulations to that person. And also here, Mick and Bella have sent in a very, very, how did you say, blurry rendition. All I can see is gaffer tape and an old-style phone and what looks to be a calculator. So congratulations.
That's like a villain from Doctor Who when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't have looked that good.
But, so look, entries are coming thick and fast. They're going to be up on the website, triplem.com.au/get this.
Now, understandably, a lot of people not very happy with this idea.
Why?
Well, they want other months. Well, firstly, for later in the year, Dale Leslie wants us to celebrate the work of Rex Hunt with the Hunt for Rex October.
This is dizzy stuff, folks.
I don't know if that's going to work.
He'd like that.
And then there's the outrage over, going with Borgist instead of Norgist.
That's cheap and gratuitous.
Ivor Biggin. I don't think it's the Ivor Biggin.
Okay.
Recording artist from the early 1980s, I think.
Yes.
He says, okay, you've stuffed up Norgist. It's not too late for Norgvember.
Of course. So it's another chance.
Don't know what we're actually going to do. He also has a great idea for a talkback mountain. Accidental acts of public nudity.
That's a good idea.
We saw Pete Smith doing a bit of that recently on the show.
Yes.
Why not let everyone have a dip? But that's not the topic today.
No, the topic du jour, Tone.
Something like Techno Fear.
Oh,
or
Techno Fear.
Luddites.
Yeah, people who aren't sort of across the new technology.
People who don't own mobiles. Maybe we should take all calls today on landlines. That's just a suggestion.
Take telegrams.
Don't have to do that. People who aren't into technology, not on the internet and what have you, they should have somewhere to meet Luddites, like maybe Luddites.com, something like that. They can get together and
Online
in the chat
forum.
room and have a talk about it. But I know that Tony is and you don't even own a mobile, do you?
Don't have a mobile phone. I'm now in the 4% of people who don't have mobile phones, and I just don't know more people and don't have more to say than I did in 1996. Just don't understand it's a massive con job, in my opinion. And you constantly get people going, oh, mate, but, what if you're driving through the outback like Wolf Creek and your car breaks? When am I going to be driving through the outback?
Well, when you are, you will take one.
Maybe when there's a Blockbuster in the outback. That could happen. But no, I don't have any problem with the internet or the DVD players.
No problem with the internet, Tone?
No.
Oh, that's good.
'Cause that
I'm
gets
glad
me-
to have your approval, I'm sure.
It's a nerdish destination.
Sure does.
Quite happy with that.
Yeah.
But
I've seen you read 3 forums at once. It's quite impressive.
toggling between browsers. But the thing is, everyone I know who has a mobile phone is just driven nuts by it.
No.
Oh, not again. Why is this ringing now? Oh, I've got to send back a message to someone.
Yeah.
Throw it away.
Okay.
It's an interesting
Well,
Get your life back.
I've got the Foxtel at home.
Yep.
And makes me pretty sweet, I reckon.
Yeah.
And
His eyes glazed over as he thought about the Food Network.
No, I was thinking about Antiques Roadshow.
Oh, yeah.
Bloke with a watch, £30,000. Who knew? His granddad shot a German for it. Anyway, so it's in the war, not just on the street. My point being that I've got the one where you can record it. The clever one where you can record the Foxtel.
The IQ.
The IQ.
Yeah.
Don't know how to work it.
Right.
So I'm going out on the weekend because I've seen in an op shop, Rich, a video recorder by itself, a delicious-looking Akai 200 IE.
Oh, so hard to find one by itself.
$12.
$12.
Really?
No remote, no leads.
Nothing inside.
No, it's a shell.
But wow.
Brush bubbles box with Akai written on it. But
Okay, so what do we actually want people to do here? Call us up with examples of how you're...
How frightened of technologies they are or someone they know is.
Yes.
For instance, my father, who for a long time we didn't get a remote control for the television or the VCR.
No.
We actually got, for the VCR, one of those remote controls with a really long cord on it.
Oh, yes.
Dog would get tangled up in it and drag the VCR all over the house.
My grandmother would take the batteries out of the remote control when she wasn't using it.
absolutely.
We want to change channels, you have to put the batteries back. We're in a special drawer where they wouldn't melt. and get onto her checkbook.
All right.
Insane. And my mother-in-law used to call up my answering machine message and treat it like a person, like it was my butler. Can you tell Tony he's got to come round and move some logs? No, don't tell me that. Pretend
right.
I was
Oh.
never here.
Oh, do we have to...
Prize?
No.
No time for prizes, if there is one.
Time for a quick grab?
Let's hear it.
Okay, how about this? We've been saying that Carl Stefanovic is a robot.
We know that. It's a fact.
Okay, we've uncovered the story.
He's well into technology.
He's well into technology. He's built by it, short circuit style. Have a listen to what he said on this morning's Today program.
There's a site for me on MySpace, and it's like the C3PO site. You know, it's full of robotic things. C3PO, robotic, MySpace.
What's happened is, you know what it's like Blade Runner. Once they know that they're a replicant or they know they're a robot, they self-destruct.
It's like looking in a mirror, in a mirror, in a mirror.
Yeah. So we
Wow.
have to stop it. They're running out of Stefanovic version 3.0s down at 9.
Don't make them self-aware.
Exactly.
Don't self-actualise them.
Yeah. Hello, Narelle. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
Excellent. Your techno question or fear?
Look, I'm such a Gumby, really. That the other day, I love listening to Get This, and sometimes I'm not here. I want to record it. I want to tape it. I said, but how do you do it these days?
That's a
Before,
very
you had
good
to press
question.
the record button, but now what do you do?
Oh, you download it to, I don't know, your ass. I don't know. How does it work?
No
idea.
Narelle, I don't actually know.
You can get the podcast, obviously,
yeah,
but
but that's okay if you've got... And that's what I said to someone. I said, they say get a podcast. I said, what do you need for that? You know, and they said an iPod. So, no, I don't have that.
Okay, Narelle, how about this? Each week we should release a single. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
A single of the podcast.
yes, I think it's still available in some states on the old Bakelite cylinder.
Oh, that's nice.
Pete Smith still downloads that every week.
And they're 90% cheaper.
Yes. Change for $1.
Still a rip-off.
Everything we didn't get to during the week. Looking for news around the world. And, you know, here's a story from the Netherlands because...
People want
Dutch. Seamless.
Nicely done. Listen to this from the Netherlands. This is dizzy stuff. A man who was accused of having sex with a sheep
Aha.
has walked free because the animal was unable to testify. I'm seeing a sketch called Ovine Courtroom coming along.
Oh, my goodness. I'm writing it down. Dutch sheep quiet on sex. All right.
Listen to this. Under Dutch law, bestiality is not a crime.
Nope.
Unless it can be proved that the animal didn't want to have sex. Short of putting the sheep in the dock, at the moment these perverts cannot be prosecuted, said an animal rights campaigner. Isn't that interesting? So if you could prove that the sheep had been leading you on, that'd be fine.
Bought me some drinks.
Wearing provocative underwear, leaving endless messages on your machine. Sorry, that was...
Gagging for
Oh, wow. It's just looking for a mulesing with that sheep, ready to go for a hot and heavy
mulesing?
Saturday night.
What are you talking
When
about?
they snip around the crutch, where the dags hang out at the back. Is that true, Nicky? You're a mulesing.
I think this is where the dags hang out. I think we've worked that out.
It's quite controversial.
Gee, doesn't he know a lot about farming, Richard Parsley?
Did you have a semi-rural upbringing, Rich?
Yeah, yeah, semi-rural. Exactly, that's where I was. It was sort of a mix of suburbia and also rurality. And I grew up on a dirt road, and it was great to receive a skateboard for Christmas. Really great present.
Did you have any animals on your farm?
Yeah, plenty. Anyway,
Any Dutch visitors?
yes, actually, my sister married a Dutch man.
People want Dutch.
People want Dutch. He can't be held responsible. If that cow's looking at him.
I think we can go cheaper, Mr.
Oh,
Cavalier. What have you got over there?
Well, we've been sizzling it for a few days.
Queue up the coins.
Please, not even coins. Queue up like lint and a paperclip in the pocket. That's how cheap this stuff is. We've been sizzling up new institutes to help accuracy in Australian soap operas.
Yeah.
Have a listen to this. Australian film and television producers may soon have a medical one-stop shop from Hollywood that advise groups like ER and Grey's Anatomy on storylines.
Oh, right.
Tentatively titled the Centre for Public Health and Media, the idea is to ensure health issues and plots on television on the big screen are accurately portrayed and timely.
Right, so this is because on Quincy, when he would hold up an X-ray, doctors pointed out, back to front.
Backwards.
Back to front.
They've managed to set up a number of other institutes to help other shows tone. A
Oh,
Centre
yeah,
for
yeah.
Accurate Skin Tones has been set up to advise the spray tanners on Home and Away. Institutes for Inner City Actors in the Bush will be advising actors on McLeod's Daughters how to properly pretend to mend a fence in a snazzy pair of new slacks. And the Advanced Food Preparation for the Visual Arts Laboratory will hold workshops with Neighbours actors on how to start making a sandwich at the start of a scene and never finish it.
Okay. Good work. Important work. Change for $1. It's a big year for sound buffs, for radio fans. Did you know it's the 130-year anniversary of the first ever recorded sound?
That's what my tattoo says.
What was that sound? No!
It's been downhill ever since.
It wasn't Toto's Africa. You know, people often say, what was the first ever recorded piece of music?
That's right.
Well, I have it here somewhere. We dragged this out of the archives. This is Les Welk and his 9 persons of interest, a traditional Cockney knees-up sing-along. Check it out.
Oh, I've got something to tell you and I'm really going to sell you. Yes, it's obvious, I've got some news for you. Going to put some wheels in motion, going to travel across the ocean, so get ready, because it's clear we're coming through. Hey now, here's what to say now. Happiness is just around the bend. Hey now, here's what to say now. We'll be there for you, because the finger bus is coming, yeah, and everybody's running, yeah, from New York up to San Francisco. The finger bus is coming, yeah, and everybody's running, yeah, it's an intercity disco. The wheels of steel are turning, the traffic lights are burning, so if you like to party, get on and move your body. The finger bus is coming, and here's what we like to do. Yes, everybody. We like to party, we like to party. 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 The finger bus is coming, and everybody's running from New York up to San Francisco. Venga, north to Ibiza in the Mediterranean sun. Oi, finger bus is coming, and everybody's running from New York up to San Francisco. Yes, that's right.
There it is, the first ever recorded piece of music.
So long before they even had buses or Vengers or any Cockney people possibly had ever been to Greece. They thought they'd sing about it.
You never know what we'll play next at Triple M. Been getting calls from Brisbane. Eli has called. Ed's face has been graffitied in the Creek Road billboard.
Well done.
We asked for it.
What have they gone for? Traditional C and B, if you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if they've attached the C and B to your forehead, as is trad, but hopefully they've, something to do with KD Lang, I think.
Speech bubble? With myself expressing the desire to make intimate with other gentlemen?
That's usually how it works. Speaking of making intimate, news from China. China's top family planning agency has cracked down on crude and insensitive slogans used by rural authorities to enforce the country's strict population limits. Slogans such as, raise fewer babies but more pigs, and one more baby means one more tomb, have been forbidden, and a list of 190 acceptable slogans has been issued. This is what they're doing. They're putting up sort of signs to tell you not to have any more kids.
Really?
Low-quality slogans such as, this is a real one, houses toppled, cows confiscated, if abortion demand rejected, threaten to undermine China's efforts to keep the population under control. Examples of authorised slogans include, Mother Earth is too tired to sustain more children.
So true.
What's going on
But
there?
pigs, no worries. Many years you're like, you could get some pigs, little bonnets on them, carry them around like they're babies.
What about the unacceptable?
Teach them to dance.
Here's some more rejected
Take them on
slogans.
tour.
This is rejected. More babies? What are you thinking, you crazy Chinese nutbag?
Idiot.
Oi, you on the bicycle, stop breeding.
That's me no Reiki.
Someone riding a bike. Here's an idea, citizen. Give it a rest.
Give it a rest.
Here's a good one. I wouldn't want more kids for all the tea round here. Rejected slogans.
Rich, I would have put a gong at the end of that. That's pretty much me no Reiki
I
territory.
don't know what it is.
Well, he didn't do the accent, but the bicycle was close.
Here comes the accepted phrases you can put up. Brain-snapping bargains, it all has to go. That's always acceptable.
Yeah.
Rock hard sexy abs in just 7 days, that's always acceptable.
Absolutely right.
And calm the pies, you can write that in rural
It's a
China.
football joke. Gee,
Is that what that is?
good on you, Tone.
What else have we got down the bedroom department?
We received a book in the mail, Tone, about romance, and you're a
Was it by Tim Zura?
No. Funnily, the gloves are off. Now for the touching. No, No, what it is, it's actually just a guide to some romantic things you can do to spice up a relationship that may have been going on for a while.
Sure.
Perhaps too long.
Right.
Not suggesting anything, of course. But listeners, here are some of the Get This romance tips for those in long-term relationships. Lie outside under the stars with your partner. Put some food on each other. Why not place a photograph of your partner in your wallet? Why not place a photo of your partner in the booty bank? Go shopping for cushions at IKEA all day on a nice Sunday where you could be watching DVDs. Have a discussion about the minute details of your day every day for the next 5 years.
Wow. This really seems to be mined from some personal gripe.
No, it's from a book.
Not at all.
No, but I should say the world of romance, Rich, that tonight in Sydney, there's an event that we've been let know about, which is at King's Cross in a wonderful venue, which I can't name. They're having the Miss Nude Australia, which is what? Well, they're everywhere. Wow, it's overload. What? Oh, goodness, I can't move the door.
It's like a raid at the booty bank. Hey, and if people want to add their ass to the booty bank, because this is our plan, to get a bloke's ass into the Zoo magazine booty bank, they need to add the Richard Marsland tat.
Yeah.
Up on the website.
Finally.
Well, excellent work. It's on the front page, triplem.com.au. You'll see a little hand drawing of my impression of Marsland's face.
Yeah.
Either save it on your computer and then trace it onto your ass, or just get a texture and draw it on, or get a tat and get yourself in the booty bank. And we will give you, it's not a prize promotions, it is a gift of a DVD player signed by Toto.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the chances are of a petite C getting into Zoo magazine now.
That's what we're trying to test.
Yeah, well, because we're floating it in a public forum.
That's right.
On a national basis.
No one listens.
Just
to
like
us.
we did when we tried to sneak something into Funniest Home Videos. Nobody's listening to this program. But, politicians and people like that, they need catchphrases. Have you noticed we're heading towards an election and they've all
Kevin 07.
They've been, perfect example. They've been schooled in this thing where, okay, you're going to be on the news. Don't waffle on. Come up with some sort of Paul Keating-style zinger.
Yeah.
And that's the best fun watching the news. Watch the contrived zingers stack up. So they've got this business going on in Victoria at the moment with diverted water.
Oh, I see.
People not very happy. Massive protests. All the politicians trying to come up with their own catchphrase. This is Ted Ballew, who's the head of the Liberal Party in
Teddy.
Victoria. Listen to his one.
This is not a peace pipe. This is the pipeline of panic.
The pipeline of panic. Not a peace pipe.
Did you hear him almost change his mind halfway through that? This is not a peace pipe. Oh, God, what have I done? What have I done? I'm going to have to go through with it. This is the pipe of panic. Oh.
That was in his trousers.
Oh, man.
But then, Peter Ryan, the head of the Nationals, he's come up with one.
Steve Bracks will be remembered as the man who killed the man from Snowy River. And John Brumby's going to be remembered as the man who made the food bowl into the dust bowl.
There you go. That's a 2-for-1. But, none of them are quite doing it in the style of Kim Beazley. Remember the ones
he was the best.
He was the best at that. Have you got one there?
This is a complete dog's breakfast, an absolute dog's breakfast. And, tossing a few more cans of Powell into the dog's breakfast will not, in fact, make a decent breakfast.
That's a beauty. Oh, there he goes. Be back.
G'day, Rick.
How you going, guys?
Good, mate. What did you storm out of?
Oh, I didn't storm out. A number of years ago, my wife and I went and saw the opening night of a little art house play that starred Dee Smart and Peter Phelps. Phelpsy?
Yeah, Phelpsy, yeah.
Well, I was listening to what you were describing before, and there was a bit of nudity in this particular play.
Yeah.
And Phelpsy had to do a soliloquy, a Hamlet-style soliloquy, in the buff.
Yeah.
Standing there in the nude. And there was a bit of directional pointing from Phelpsy, which up...
Okay.
Which was a sideways movement, and the 6 gay men in the front row just decided they wouldn't stop laughing at poor old Phelpsy while he's in the middle of this speech.
Oh, dear. But did anyone storm out at all?
Well, he nearly stormed out. He gave them the death stare, which unfortunately didn't have the right effect, because when they started to laugh again, the entire theatre erupted in a bit of laughter.
Wow.
And it was very disconcerting. disconsolate, so much so that he didn't come out for the final bow.
Really?
But when he did come out, he had a white bathrobe on, so everyone was a lot happier then.
All right. Wow, so Phelpsy's nearly stormed out of his own play.
He's nearly stormed out, yeah.
After 6 men have been giggling at him doing a bit of point work.
Bit of point work.
Maybe he could have just gone, gentlemen, that's the exit over there, where I'm pointing now. I think you know where to go. Andrea Powell is not well, but we've dragged her in anyway for a...
Yeah, thanks for that. I was really enjoying that sleep in.
Shattering
It was really
my
unnecessary pulling me out by the little toe, Tony.
That's how we do things here at Triple M. What about Richard Marsden, the man who pushes the
what
buttons
about him?
on this show? Did you see Rove last night, Andrea?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he hasn't been on for ages. He got to do an acting scene. I think he was in Rydeers.
Yeah, I was in Rydeers.
I loved Ryan.
And I know a lot of people that tune in just for Ryan's segment.
Ryan is kicking some goals with
He's brilliant.
Rydeers, and have a listen to this.
Hello, I'm hungry. Strudel, sashimi, ravioli, carpaccio, cappuccino.
There we are.
Wow, what a performance.
Wow.
You know, I really believed strudel. I really believe that you had strudel.
But I sort of gave too much gas into strudel, and then the rest of it tailed off.
You lost me at
it was-
gazpacho.
Cappuccino was the money shot for me. That was-
Really?
Yeah.
So I got the strudel and cappuccino tent poles in between, a little bit saggy.
I didn't believe gazpacho. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't
wasn't
either.
buying it.
Yeah, I'm
No.
sorry.
Well, that's great, but it was actually carpaccio. So
See, I wasn't even
Right.
listening at
I
that
guess
point.
diction I've really got to work on.
What is carpaccio?
I think it's a bit of raw meat, isn't it?
I don't know, but
Every time I don't know what something is, it always turns out to be thin bacon.
That's pretty much what it is.
there we go.
You didn't know who Mario Speedwagon were earlier.
It turns out it's a cut of bacon.
Apparently. Yes, now controversy. That's what you need, Richard. You need a bit of edginess to get yourself back in the headlines. Because, Rove, last year you were pantsless
Yeah, big
playing
time.
Mel Gibson with his genitalia pixelated. Can you imagine such a thing, Andrea?
No. Well, I can actually.
Much like
I'm
Warwick
imagining it right now.
Much like Warwick Capper with the football.
Over his wife's buttocks.
If you need some controversy, you know, Warwick Capper is the man. He was generating a bit of one-man sizzle for Yobbos Up the Guts last year.
Yes, he
I don't know
was.
if you followed the Yobbos Up the Guts story, Andrea. This is a film that was made on location during a stand-up comedy tour by Mark Jacko Jackson, Warwick Capper, and I think Bill Hunter was somehow involved.
Yes, he was.
They made a film while they were doing it called Yobbos Up the Guts. Yes. Remember Warwick getting punched in the face by the Russian film director outside Woomera?
Oh, yes.
Typical day on the set. Creative differences. Apparently finally coming out, Mark Jacko Jackson himself has called up
Thank you, sir.
Cecilia on the phones, and after a bit of fruity talk, dropped the zinger that the trailer is ready to go.
Great.
Now, he wants to send it in to us.
We'd love to see it.
Now, obviously YouTube is the answer, because that's where you can see Ed's fine trailers. Meat Pie, for example. Type that one in, Andrea. Meat Pie. Yeah, get back to us.
I'm writing it
No,
down
let's
now.
not write it down.
Carpaccio.
Let's just wait to see where it goes.
So hopefully we'll have that trailer for you soon. We'll find out what all the fuss is
You're going to have an advanced screening, I believe.
of Yobbos Up the
That's
Guts.
a good idea.
And I noticed over the weekend there was controversy in the paper over this show that Chris Lilly's doing, Summer Heights High. And there was a lot of talk that, women's groups are offended by the rape jokes.
A lot of women out there need to lighten up
Yeah, I
about
know.
rape, don't you think?
But my point is, how do they know about them? Like, nobody's seen this show.
Yeah, you're right. We've only seen a small trailer of it.
They
No,
sound like
no
a-
hint of that.
You know, it's like
There's a leak at the ABC.
a new Woody Allen film. You don't get to see any of it till it comes out. They send out 2-minute clip. That's got no rape gags in there. I wasn't offended by anything I saw. So how did these groups find out about this stuff? Is this self-generated sizzle from the AB?
Oh.
Are they making the controversy themselves?
Them's fighting words,
I
Tony
was
Martin.
furious about those jokes I saw in this clip that nobody's got access to and hasn't been seen by anybody at all in the English-speaking world. I am furious!
Because the ABC's bestiality promos for Midsummer Murders went out, and that was a real red herring. There was none of that
I just
when you
think
watch it.
It's all good publicity. I did a show called Midnight Mass with a bunch of other actors a couple of years ago at Trades Hall, and some Christians found out about the show, found the title very offensive. The actual show was somewhat offensive itself too, but they never bothered coming to see it, and only because of the bad acting.
Oh, man.
Tish.
Oh, man.
But they didn't bother coming to see it. Instead, they stood outside the town hall with placards going, "Don't come see this show," and "Jesus loves," and all of that stuff. Never came in. Best publicity we ever got.
That's
Got an article in the Herald Sun. Rest of the season sold out.
That's how it works.
Thanks, Bible bashers.
Well, okay, I don't know if we've got any controversy coming up on Get This. What do we have coming up, Rich?
Strudel, sashimi, ravioli, carpaccio, cappuccino.
Sounds delicious.
Hello, Rachel.
Hello, love the show, guys.
Thank you very much. What have you got?
I have got a 6-foot hard plastic Homer Simpson strangling Bart Simpson that I got from the cinema.
Oh, fantastic.
And, and all I did was I put on my courier vest, walked in with the trolley, put it on the trolley, walked out.
Oh, hang on. So this is a crime. This is technically a crime.
Yep, I'm in big trouble.
I can hear police radios behind you as we speak. What's going on there?
Yeah, I walked in and on the way out, the guy gave me a little wave as if to say, do what you got to do.
Brilliant.
So,
Where did you get your courier costume?
an old uniform.
Oh, right.
It's one of those, those yellow vests you put on. It's got courier on the back.
Yeah, I know them. Yeah. It tells onlookers everything they need to know. They see a woman in a yellow vest.
Right.
Oh, no, it says courier. Should be right. Have what you like. Rachel, you're a genius. I mean, you're a thief, but good on you.
Well, I'm the only one in, Melbourne with one, maybe.
Wow.
I'm sure that cinema probably had a safe as well that's getting in their way.
Thanks, guys.
Good on you, Rachel.
I love that.
I love
She off she
this.
goes.
Is the only
Great. I
show
love
where
that.
listeners wrap themselves up because they think we're going on too long.
That is,
I love that.
That is our favourite. Can I tell you, listeners, that every day when that happens, we go down and listen back to it in the office. All right, fellas. Now I got to go, guys.
I would have got out 2 lines earlier, mate, but fine. Move on to your next person. You know what? We haven't heard from Ethel Chop today. Is she on the phone there, Rich? Is that you, Ethel? You there?
Yes, I'm here. I've been waiting for about an hour.
Sorry about that, Ethel. I've just realised we were talking, the names you don't hear anymore. Like Ethel isn't a name that...
Yes, you don't, and it's a great shame because it's better than most names parents come up with their kids these days.
Yes.
Quite often, I'm sure they've just made them up. A woman the other day introduced me to her child. I don't know why. It's not like the kid was going to hop out of its stroller and say, "How do you do?" But I did want to ask, what did you say its name was? Chlamydia. I don't know where parents get off calling their kids such appalling names. The only logical explanation, Mr. Martin, is they must be on drugs.
Of course.
But I know when I've had a couple of Panadeine Fort, I think watching Dr. Phil's a good idea. And perhaps if I sat around snorting up marijuana cones when I was gestating, my children may have ended up with names like Pongo, Gobbledygook and Earwig, instead of their timeless monikers, Rhonda, Clem, Joyce, Neville and the rest of them.
Beautiful.
Look, parents of Australia, when are you going to get off the grass? What's wrong with classic names like Bertha or Evadne or Mungo for a boy, Mr. Martin? What's wrong with that? You don't hear them anymore, and it's a great shame, isn't it?
It certainly is. Well,
forget it.
Thanks for signing in, Ethel.
Thanks, Ethel.
Thanks for nothing.
Okay, cheers. Crime Investigation Network.
Hey.
Police 10-7 is
they're back at it.
Someone finally copped a capsicum spray to the face. I've been waiting for it for 2 series.
And?
I have a listen to this. This is a bloke who's just robbed a liquor store. He's been chucked in the back of a police car. We pick up the action already in progress.
It was your decision to go in there. You made that choice to steal that bottle of bourbon or bottle of rum.
I dispute that.
You can dispute it all you like, but there's plenty of witnesses in there.
But Simon doesn't accept the consequences, and on the way back to the station, he decides the only way to get out of trouble is to escape from the moving police car, and then fight the police as they try to stop him.
Leave me the out of here. Yeah? You're not going anywhere, fella.
But this only leads to a dose of pepper spray and another charge of resisting arrest.
I give up. I concede. I can...
Get your feet in the car.
There you go. I can see.
That is the most violence we've ever heard on New Zealand cops.
It's like a riot.
There would have been a Rodney King-style investigation after that. It's the first time a cop's ever had to do anything.
How did he try and get the bourbon out? Dresses up as a baby, nurse it out of there?
This was his brilliant plan. He walked into the shop, he took it off the shelf, and he just ran to the door. Simple as that.
And I think for the purposes of the podcast, it's Slate bourbon as well. Nothing's as good as Slate. There we go.
Goes lovely with capsicum spray.
No worry about all the cameras in the shop. In fact, I think he gave him a take 2. I think in case you missed that, I'll go back. I'll give you another one. You choose the best one.
Straight down the barrel.
It's time to talk snacks. It's time to talk food. Let's get some sizzle going, Mr. Marsland. What have you got there? What does that taste like?
I was just thinking a shank.
A shank? We just...
Shank of a lamb. I've been dreaming shanks recently.
Have you really? What about bananas?
Well, what about them?
Banana shakedown in India. No, I'm not going to do the voice. A man accused of stealing and eating a gold necklace has been forced by police to eat bananas until he vomits up the booty. Ooh. The man was allegedly seen swallowing the necklace, and an X-ray then found it in his esophagus. He was forced to eat 36 bananas till he brought it up again. So hang on, he's been accused of eating the necklace. So someone must have seen him eat it, or else how would they know?
Exactly.
So they've taken him to get X-rayed.
Found the necklace.
Well, so what, he's denied it?
Yeah.
Right, then, well, what's that on the X-ray? Oh, it's one I ate earlier. Right, get the bananas.
Your breath smells of pearls, young man.
Why would they go that way? Why would they want him to bring it up again? Why not just let it play through?
No, Tone.
Why not let nature take its course?
No, Tone.
What?
If you were going to purchase a necklace for your wife,
yeah,
and you're in the jewellery shop and they were like, well, this one's a bit cheaper. Why is that one cheaper? No reason, just done some stuff.
Okay, so it's fine if it's been...
Smells fine.
If it's spewed up, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Good thing for Thorpe to do. I know Thorpe's got some jewellery coming out.
Yes.
Maybe Thorpe could release the jewellery at the opening.
Oh, so if it's been through Thorpe, it's worth more.
Absolutely right.
Okay.
Big musical number. And now the Thorpe Pearls. Drops the Dax. Hang
on, here it comes. I've got it. Hang on. Sorry. It's quite a necklace. Wow. It's a long one. It's going to be worth a lot more, though. There we go.
So impressive. Da-da-da.
All right, this is meant to be the food segment, and I feel quite ill. What have you got over there, Mr. Marsden?
What would you like here, the double pounder or the 4-year-old stuck in vending machine?
Vending machine.
No, hang on. We're talking snacks.
Okay.
What about this double pounder? I saw photos of this over the weekend. This is a burger that doesn't appear on the board at any number of burger chains.
It's sort of under the counter.
Right.
You've got to sort of give them a bit of a wink and a smile and touch your nose.
Yeah.
And you get yourself some sort of double pounder.
What is it, Rich?
How many patties?
8 meat patties.
Ooh.
9 slices of cheese.
Ooh.
About 220 grams of fat, though.
Jeez.
The equivalent of more than 3 days' worth of fat for a grown man, or almost 5 deep pan Hawaiian pizzas, or 45 Tim Tams.
Wow.
Or breakfast for Ed.
Hey, wait a second.
One of the two.
Can you get your face around it, Rich?
Well, there's a video, actually, I think.
There's not.
Already.
Of what?
As soon as something happens, it's always on YouTube.
Of that Mexican guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Knocking one back instantly.
8 patties.
He would eat them on a shish kebab, wouldn't he?
So what's on the menu so far? We've got a necklace that's been through Thorpe. We've got the 8 meat patty burger, only available under the counter. Why not finish it off with some of Britney's Perco Pops?
What's that?
In the New Weekly this week, Britney Spears has sparked speculation she's using drug-laced lollipops to secretly get high. After the singer was seen passing around a lollipop to 3 other people in her car, rumours started it was actually a Perco Pop.
Yeah. What's Perco?
The latest secret in Hollywood. Everyone's doing them. You have to get them from a doctor, but Britney and her pals could easily tap into a supply, says an insider.
Lollipop insiders.
That's a great quote, that one. They contain a powerful opiate called Actic, a highly addictive drug used to treat cancer patients who have built up a tolerance to other painkillers. So that's how strong the gear Britney needs.
Yeah. Just to feel it.
Several times stronger than heroin.
Whoa.
Britney may look like she's fucking a lollipop, but those lollipops are loaded.
Oh, yeah.
Claimed an insider. Perco Pops could give K-Fed the excuse he needs to take the boys, said an insider. Once again, when K-Fed is looking like the responsible parent.
Deep trouble.
Standing in a pile of his own vomit in a dump master with his pants on his head. Yes, I think he's obviously the responsible one. We've got one of these Perco Pops here. I don't know, Mr. Marsland. I'm going to bust it open.
Oh, this is amazing, Tony.
Yeah, really? Oh, hang on.
Oh, how good is this?
Wow. That sounds great.
Can I get a shot?
The Labor Party says...
All right, there's a lot going on. Wow. Perco Pops for everybody, followed by an 8-patty burger.
I feel like a piece of kelp.
And I can feel a necklace coming on. Really?
Not yet. This is going to take quite a while. We might have to just play a song.
There's so many shark's tooth on that necklace, Rich. Doesn't that hurt?
Can we get out of here, please? Yes, thanks very much. That would be Green Day.
Not bad.
That's a good one.
Pretty good Green Day, that one.
That's good, John Lennon. I'm working on my Paul Lennon, who's the Tasmanian Premier, but I need to grow the moustache.
Paul Lennon is a cartoon character.
Oh, man.
Have a look
He's
at
Mario.
him.
He's Super Mario.
It's from The Great Race, the film. You can see he could be a bad guy in that.
Everywhere he goes, I just hear whoop it, whoop it, din, 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 din. Just need some overalls.
Hard news looking for at K-Fed.
Oh.
Don't we love K-Fed?
We do.
America's most hated rapper. He's going for the jugular in his custody battle for his 2 sons with Britney Spears, and has drafted an ex-Israeli commando to help.
Good call.
This bloke, a security expert, is going to, has already subpoenaed Britney's assistant. Oh, there's a job. Keeping the pants on. And producer to face questions on her alleged erratic, sometimes dangerous parenting. So K-Fed has drafted in an Israeli commando. And in response, Britney Spears says she will herself go commando for the month of September. Thank you. A bit early in the week, I know. Be following that. What have we got here?
No. We've got a new... Oh, hang on. I should have thought of this.
The traditional beginning to an Ed Cavalier segment.
Richard and I have come up with... no, don't back out of it now, Marsland. You're in this up to your neck.
Okay.
We need... This is some friends of ours at African Love Tours. Because we hear that people... There's a lot of bad press going around. This gentleman went to... Africa. In search of love, Des Gregor.
Oh, yeah.
And some very nasty things happened to him.
Sure, that's right.
So it's getting a lot of bad press. However...
Oh, you're saying that maybe there's more to it than this?
I think that there's more to it. There's 2 sides to every story.
Which country was it in again?
Malawi?
Malawi in the continent of...
Africa?
Oh, sorry.
What are you
Get
doing?
out of here.
It's one of the key words.
Is that meant to happen? I hope not.
No, that was just Richard improvising.
Okay.
All right, Richard.
Is this going to be one of these things where the explanation and setup takes longer than the event itself?
No, this is one of those things where you prodding us and making fun of us before we start, making us nervous, takes longer than the actual segment itself.
What exactly do you need here?
All right, Rich, we need some classy music as we now take a... Give us... What have you got? A classy bed.
I'm saying nothing.
Well,
just start.
This is under classy. Is that right?
There you go. That's classy.
We now check in with African Love Tours. Hello, singles. Are you tired of Australian... going to bars and never even a hint of it ending with... Well, here at African Love Tours, we've got just what you need to start long walks on the beach and late morning with the woman of your dreams. Simply send all your money to our love matches here in Malawi, and you're halfway there. Jump on the short 27-hour plane ride to our sun-drenched country, and 2 of our love ushers will beat you, rob you, and leave you in a room blindfolded. But don't believe me. Listen to this testimony from a satisfied customer.
Hi, I'm Richard Marsland. I had trouble getting girls in Australia to in a tiger costume, so I called African Love Tours. They were kind, forceful, and sure do know how to pistol whip a guy just the way I like it. I've never been happier, and the doctor says my leg should be out of the casts in 6 to 8 weeks. So thanks, African Love Tours. I've had the... of my life.
Got the music.
That's it. Well, let's turn around the image of that place. A lot more wacky sound effects and a lot less amputation than suggested in the paper.
Coming good, they are.
Very slickly handled, gents.
Good work, Rich.
Jeez, wow.
And, when something does go wrong on this show, I think we need to handle it the way a professional would handle it. Say Kerry O'Brien. What did you see on the 7:30 report last night?
Last night I was rolling on this. Kerry O'Brien...
Marsland poised, waiting in his duck hunter's hide in the lounge room, watching the telly through binoculars. There's something, roll on it!
Obviously, we're huge fans of Kerry O'Brien on this show. Great interviewer, journalist legend.
He's no Anna Corrin, but we'll move on.
That's a good point. Last night he sort of stumbled over one of his intros into the story.
Right.
And then he threw the story, and the mics were left on in the studio.
Political editor Michael Brissenden reports. Is it true? Is the government finally coming back? Today, there is some unusual comfort for them from what's been the relentless poll
I don't know
angst.
what's happened.
The Nielsen poll in the
But I
Fairfax
changed
Press
my bloody
suggests
links.
the government
I
has
changed that
closed
link.
the gap
I wrote
a
it
little.
into the Canberra
No
queue,
one takes
and
much
that's
notice
not
of
the link I
polls, do
read.
they?
Oh, there you go. Take note, Ed and Rich.
Yep.
That's the way you handle it. And we'll have more in a moment on Get This.
But why was that? I mean, I think when it's there, you've got to play the sound effect. When I say commando, I want to hear the boy.
Listen, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
In
What?
future, Ed, I want these scripts much earlier.
Yeah.
Because that was outrageous.
Really?
And there's been instances of the mics left on when the songs are playing.
Well, you will take scripts when you get them, and you, Martin, need a new jumper. If anyone wants me, I'll be in the soup.
Change the water in that Bay Marie.
Get this, it's blown out to 2 hours, 11 to 1 weekdays on the Triple M network.